as always, we'll start in English and move on over to Spanish. Doug, want to lead us off there?
Yeah, if we could work backward, please. We understand that there was a red card after the game. If you could please say who it was on and what it was
Jeff
for.
Larentovich, he said stepping on somebody's toes or feet or something like that.
Stomping on someone's feet?
Yeah,
Okay.
something, yeah.
And
I think so. That was his explanation of the referee.
okay. And
You get a push, I know, and he reacted on that, so not so smart.
All right, same as always, we'll start in English and move on over to Spanish. Doug, want to lead us off there?
yeah, if we could work backward, please. We understand that there was a red card after the game. If you could please say who it was on and what it was
Jeff
for.
Larentovich, he said stepping on somebody's toes or feet or something like that.
Stomping on someone's feet?
Yeah,
Okay.
something, yeah.
And
I think so. That was his explanation of the referee.
okay. And
You get a push, I know, and he reacted on that, so not so smart.
okay. So it was the same play, the push, and he
Yeah, I think he get a push, and he reacted on that probably. So
okay. And could you please explain, was there a defensive breakdown on that third goal, or was it simply just a really good pass made by the Red Bulls?
No, I think Yeah, I think he get a push, and he reacted on that probably. So
Okay. And could you please explain, was there a defensive breakdown on that third goal, or was it simply just a really good pass made by the Red Bulls?
No, I think when you are so close to a victory, whatever pass is coming into your area, you have to stop it. And I think there was, a luck to somebody's legs or something like that. What I saw in from a view, it was maybe it was a good pass, but also I think there was a little bit luck also involved. But still, we weren't tight enough at that moment, and we have to understand, it's 30 seconds or 40 seconds to go, so we have to try to get everything, your body in front of the ball, and it wasn't enough because you work so hard to come back, and then you go with a very bad taste in your mouth. You leave the field, of course, because you can get a really good boost out of that from the comeback of course, and now you're very disappointed because you have only 1 point.
Go ahead and back.
Hi.
Spanish question for.
First English, no?
We'll hold off on Spanish. You want to do English now, but Spanish at the end.
Okay, because this is for the Spanish viewers of Channel 34.
Yeah, just at the end. We'll start with English. We'll do it right there. Go ahead.
Pity Martinez starting centrally and Julian Gressel out on the right. Can you explain what your thought was behind that, since Pity has been starting on the right recently?
Yeah, because you saw this kind of games, with Red Bull. They putting a lot of pressure. It's long ball, and it's winning duels. And so if you can win those balls, you have to have runners. And PT is the guy who has to deliver those balls, of course, to Julian or to Joseph or to Justin. So that was the idea behind it. And so they want to really press one against one. And so if he can, come into midfield and some center defender has to mark him, so he can create spaces at that moment for us, to get the relief out of the pressure from them. And so that was the idea behind it. Also, if you remember in the first game there in New York, in the beginning we had a lot of times that he was free and maybe he didn't make the best choices, but that is the player that you want to have on the ball in that area, and then put guys away.
Why did you sub him off then?
What?
Why did you sub him off then?
Because we have to win duels, and in my point of view, he didn't do enough, to avoid, that somebody can give an easy long ball. And you saw Brendan came in, and it was a different story. And I want not from 11 men who works very hard, not 10 or 9 or 8 men. Everybody has to work, especially in this kind of games. These are very difficult games, you know. And so I had the feeling that, you know, we have to win those duels, and that's why I also put Jeff Laurentovic in. After we put Jeff in, we get chance after chance. And you can think, hey, that's defensively. No, but first you have to win those duels, and we did after that. And you saw every time when we won those duels, it was an open space with Justin, with Joseph. So I think it was good from us that we did it, because I had the feeling at that moment that we were losing grip on the game, and that's why I put those two in, and we turned it around.
In general, did you see the response from the team you wanted to see after last Wednesday?
Yeah, but you know, that was okay. But still, you know, we have to do better in that, and because I think, you know, it was a little bit tight game. You know, it could be either way it goes out. But especially in the second half, I had the feeling that we were losing much more duels. But you know, the reaction was much better. You know, we were from the first second we were there, and that's very positive. But I expect also a reaction, of course, after a defeat like that, of course.
I want to go back to was kind of tagging off his question. Even though you do leave with only a point, you do come back from a goal down, Joseph Spenley, of course, and then the goal that put you ahead. So, in some respect, you have to be happy with the resolve for the team to come back, correct?
No, but that's always positive, you know. If you are 2-1 down and there are not so many minutes until the end, and you respond like that, that's fantastic, and that you want to see. And of course, I'm happy, but still, you know, when you are like 1 minute away for 3 points, you know, and now I'm sitting here with 1 point. Yeah, that's disappointing. But you know, you have to take you have to look to the negative things, but also, you know, to the positive things, and there were also a lot of positive things, and we have to go further from there. And it's still a long season, but we want to improve, we want to be better. So we have to understand what we did wrong, and there we have to improve. And what we did good, maybe we can even do better.
Considering, you know, some recent slow starts to games, some defensive lapses, and now this not being able to finish it off, do you think that the team is having a serious issue with mentality? And if so, is it something that has developed lately?
No, I don't think so. You know, I think, you know, of course it's very harsh. You know, when you concede a goal, also against Salt Lake, you know, in the last second. And I said already in the dressing room, we have to understand, you know, how you avoid it doesn't matter, but you have to avoid those that they can get a chance, and you know, you have to go through that pain, because it's hard, you know. It was really a battle, but we have to improve on that, and maybe it's mentality, you know, to really understand, hey, what does it mean, you know, to get those points. Or point when you are at a point that you think, oh, that's enough. But now 3 points, was of course the best result for us. But maybe mentally we have to improve in that, because lately we, you know, if we concede a goal very early, we coming into emotion, but we just have to still play our own game. And this is maybe sometimes the problem of our team, but I'm convinced that we're gonna do much better the next time.
2 questions. If you please have an injury update on Pogba, and I think you said you were going to get something on Barco today, and also I think you've given up almost as many goals in the past 4 games as you did before the entire international break. You've also had to use different combinations of players on defense. Is just the chemistry just a bit off on that back line now as you're having to sub in people?
I always say, you know, it's, you know, defending starts up front, guys, and you cannot blame the defense. It's the whole team. And if you see the second goal, you know, it starts there. Somebody turns his back to the situation, and yeah, at that moment he passes through a midfield, and then the other one one of our defenders has to step out. So it's all a team effort, and I think we have to understand that. And of course, you want to play always with the same back line, because then the chemistry and the connection is normally better. But I think we have quality enough, not to concede so many goals. But again, I never blame the back four or the goalkeeper. It's a team effort, and we have tried to avoid, that they get more pressure than it should be.
And Barco and Pogba?
Oh yeah, Flo. Yeah, I think he had a hamstring injury, and you always see that, because he played, of course, a very good game here against Toronto. Then against was it here Montreal, and then I had him, of course, on the bench, because I think in 8 days 3 games is too much when you didn't play that much. But that he had to enter after 12 minutes, and he played almost the whole game. And now this, so yeah, because of the red card, I had to put him in, of course, as a left centre back. And then you see what's happening. We were precautious that, okay, take it easy with him, but suddenly he had to play 3 games in 8 days. So yeah, unfortunately for him, because I think he was doing really well, a very positive guy in the dressing room, helpful for youngsters, and yeah. Now he can help the youngsters, but it's a pity for him, because he didn't deserve this, because he did a really good job,
And Barco?
Yeah, Barco, you said today we know something more, but I didn't spoke with the doctor still. I was focusing on the game today, and I will hear it maybe afterwards or tomorrow morning.
Last one in English, Aaron.
Yeah, you mentioned in the second half there was a point where you started to feel like you guys were losing a grip on the game, and then Joseph comes in, kind of takes initiative, brings you guys back. I wanted to see what you thought about, in his first game back, how he really kind of led the charge in that area, and also does it kind of make it a little more frustrating, given that the defensive breakdowns resulted in the tie?
No, of course, that Joseph is always is a winner, has an impact in the team. He gets everybody, walking on his toes in the positive way. You have to be very alert, because, yeah, he's a winner, and so yeah, I feel really sorry for him. That you come back and you're 3-2 up, and then, of course, you have the feeling, okay, then he's the man, of course, and then still he's the man, but with only 1 point, and yeah. If you come so strong back, and he has always a very good impact, for the team, and he proved it the last 2 seasons already, and also this season. So, yeah, and not nice for him, because yeah, he wants to be the star, of course, and he was the star, and now it's a little bit taken off of him, because then now everybody's talking about that point and not over Joseph, of course.
Thanks. You started something.
We finish with a good result. It's still not a good feeling. You don't want to have that type of performance in terms of a game, but also game after game after game. Good performance or bad performance. You want to be a team that's consistent, that's steady, and constantly on the rise. And at the moment, that's certainly not the case.
What did you see from your viewpoint in the last few minutes of the game?
We were naive. We got stretched. In those moments, you need to have an understanding where guys are. I haven't seen it back yet, but yeah, you can't allow someone like Bradley Phillips 8 yards from the goal inside the penalty box free.
Is there an issue with was it a matter of just switching off mentally, and is that a problem for the team right now after a slow start against Chicago? And then
we talked about having a good start. We talked about making sure that we knew it was going to be a battle. We talked about being intense and being up for that part of the challenge. don't know. I don't know what it is. I think if you're able to put your finger on it, probably doesn't happen as often as it currently is. And so, as a team, we need to certainly be better defensively because to a certain extent, it's got the feeling of the beginning of the season. We're conceding chance after chance after chance, and we're not going to win many games playing like that. So we need to make sure we get back to being strong defensively. That allows players like Joseph Martinez to go and win us the game.
Tough go out there today.
Yeah, always. I think gave up the lead twice, right? Ended up with a draw. We fought till the end, so great response by Joseph. It was just being so dangerous tonight, which was great. We needed that, but unfortunate that we didn't get the win.
The positive part for you is you're affecting the game on a positive basis, especially with the goal today. How have you been able to acclimate yourself?
Just been here a couple months now, so understanding the guys and their tendencies. For me, how can I make an impact when my name's called? And I'm just happy I can contribute. And there's a couple chances where I could have took a little bit of weight off in the final pass to Joseph, and maybe it's a different outcome. So I just got to keep working, keep improving, and that's my mindset.
3 goals in 3 matches, and you had another nice shot in the second half. Do you feel like you're finding your rhythm here with this club?
Why not? Let's keep it going. For me, I'm not gonna think about what I did tonight or what I did last week. Those 2 games were great, and now how can I do it again on the road?
I know it's not a W, but you did get a point out of it, so at least it wasn't a lost cause in that regard.
In a way, but for us, when we're at home, 72,000. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. Playing in front of that crowd is spectacular, and they deserve more. And unfortunately, we didn't give it to them.
With Open Cup coming up on Wednesday against a USL side that's defeated first division teams, St. Louis, how do you keep that mentality as to say, hey, let's not be the next team in knockout?
What do we have? 3 games to win a trophy, right? So that's our mentality. Give it everything we got on Wednesday, put us in the semifinals, and you always want to win. And for me, I've never been this far in Open Cup, so I'm excited to see